Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and welcome to another episode of Tetcher's Community Challenge. This is a show where you guys send in replays of the challenge I have given you for the week, and then I look through them, pick out the best ones, and then I commentate over them for fun. They're all for fun, you don't have to be super serious with it, just give it a go, send in your best effort, show me what you got. I just watched that episode of Rick and Morty, it was fun. But before we go any further, I do want to tell you guys what this week's challenge will be, so be sure to send in your submissions to replays@tetcher.co.uk. And the challenge is, go to hotslogs.com, go under the hero section, and simply pick the hero you're playing, and pick the lower popularity talent. Lowest popularity heroic, not entire talent tree. You don't have to go heavy meta on it. Just pick the lowest popularity heroic. So, for example, Zagara, that would be almost obviously Nidusworm. Leoric, probably going to be Entomb. I'm almost positive. Kael'thas, Pyroblast. Simple as that. Just pick the lowest popularity heroic you can. I will give bonus points and be far more likely to pick you if the hero is lower picked as well. And obviously the lower pick ratio your heroic is, the more interested I'm going to be to have a look at it. I will be looking through all of them and noting them down. But just send me something interesting. Find which heroes have heroics that are almost never used and experiment with them. Show me what they can do and show me some interesting stuff. I'm really curious to see what you guys can do because it's going to be fun. And a quick reminder, the reason there wasn't a video day before yesterday is because it was my mum's birthday. Simple as that. Didn't have time to record, and I'm having to now work my way through her drink stockpile to build up to make room in our fridges for regular food items again. So, for now though, this last week I asked you guys to send me replays of stealth games. Quite simple, go invisible at some point in the game, and you can't use Zeratul or Nova. There are a lot of heroes that could do this. A couple I didn't get any submissions of. I'm really, really surprised that there wasn't one Ambush Sergeant Hammer, because that's a level 1 talent, means you can do it all game, and actually is very useful. Gives you a big bunch of bonus damage from your first attack after you go into Siege Mode, which is pretty fantastic. Who else has stealth that I'm not thinking of? I'm just going to quickly tab and go to Heroes Fire and just have a quick look. Who else has stealth? I can just tell by looking. None of them. None of them. Oh, I didn't get a Rhaegar game either. He has Ghost Wolf, so that was another one we didn't see. So Rhaegar and Sergeant Hammer, we didn't get any of at all. I think that's it of the ones we didn't get. Oh yeah, I did get a Lost Vikings game. Wasn't able to get any of those, but that doesn't matter because for now we are going to pop into our first game of the evening, and this game sent in by a regular viewer and regular submitter. Remember guys, if you want to play, just submit. I picked this guy because he keeps sending in very consistent stuff. It's not because of favoritism or anything. Just send in stuff and you can do stuff. And once again, more interesting stuff. If someone had picked like Sergeant Hammer or something like that, it's very unlikely I would have picked this hero because it's quite obvious. But for now, we're going to pop into the game and have a look at our villain teams. So, that's the wrong button. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning on the right-hand side in the red trunks, it is our villain team. And playing the Tyrande, it is going to be Jediphagia. Playing the Tychus, it is going to be Gamer. Playing the Kharazim, it will be BB Fortune. Playing the Kael'thas, it is Song Singer. And playing the Leoric, it is Kush. And on the left-hand side, in the blue trunks, it is our hero team. Playing the Raider, it is T-Mag. Playing the Kerrigan, it is Kimuriel. I'm going to call him Kim. Playing the Zagara, it is going to be Kaminomi. And playing the Lieutenant Morales, it is Kiriko. And our hero is going to be Chris, who will be playing the Tyrande. So, let's jump on to Chris, who is Hockey 1. Fantastic, we're going to his vision. So I have minimal button presses. And we'll have a look at the talents and begin to fast forward for the start of the game. Chris is off. He's on his pleb horse, but we will forgive him for this atrocity. as to the Tetcher army. You must always swag it up as much as possible. So skins and pretty much anything else of that nature. Skins, mounts, all fairly necessary for a Tetcher strategy in general. You need to swag it up as much as possible. Do I have my speakers going in the right side? No, I don't. So the sound has now been changed, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise for that. But for now, Chris going in onto BB Fortune. Oh, the radiant dash to the minion wave lets him get out of there. But sound should be sorted now. Should all be correct and good. You should, in theory, be hearing through the right one. And looking by my sound stuff, it looks like you might have been hearing it before. I just wanted to double check. So, Chris starting off with that Seasoned Marksman. A very interesting talent considering that he is on the Garden of Terror, one of the largest maps in the game. So this means that he's going to be unable to farm multiple lanes at the same time and will spend a hell of a lot of time in that jungle area. We are seeing a dead Leoric already in the bot lane because Zagara is near enough impossible to lane against. But yeah, he's going to struggle to build up those stacks, but we'll keep an eye on him, see what he can get out of it. Can we actually... We don't appear to be able to see... Oh, because we're selected Kerrigan. There we go. Now we can see his stacks. Currently, 1 bonus damage. But it is the insanely early game, so we will keep up with that. There's 2. And see what he can do. Stun from Kerrigan does land into BB Fortune. The follow-up stun from Chris is not able to land. We'll have a look at the rest of Chris's team's talents. We have Reconstruction, the health regen for Zagara. Siphoning Impact, more sustain for the Kerrigan. Trauma Trigger for the Morales, giving her that extra healing. Seasoned Marksman also for the Reyna, where as our villains we have Transcendence, the Armor Piercing Rounds, Convection, an interesting talent here, the Celestial Attunement, and the Hopelessness. Kerrigan currently fighting here. Chris staying quite high up there, looking for his opportunity to engage, not wanting to take too much of an unnecessary risk. Now, continuing to hover around. There go the stuns. First stun from Chris does land, and as such, enemy Tyrande does fall. And Chris will continue to just play quite defensively. Been playing very far back so far, but he has level 4 talent. Going to be taking Pierce, just giving his team that extra vision for when they do decide to engage and go in. There's no way he can really fight over this Terror, but it doesn't matter. This team is taking the bottom lane one, so they're going to look pretty good for this. Currently, there are enough seeds on the map for both teams to get a Terror, but if this Terror goes over to the blue team, then it will be only the blue team that has the possibility of getting a Terror, if I'm counting that right. Yes, I am. So, we're going to see blue team make their way up to the top lane. Chris under fire, though, taking quite a bit of damage, is in retreat. Kush trying to block him off, but unable to body block Chris. And Chris gets behind his towers and is able to keep himself safe. Grenade does miss. The owl lands, though. Chris on point there with the snipe, but has now been living bombed. Heals himself, gets out of there, and once again, playing safe, getting a good snipe there. He's moving in. It's an opportunity to stun without taking too much damage. Stun does not land, but dodges the flame strike and make sure that he lives. Kael'thas is picked off by the rest of Chris's team. So, they're moving on to this Terror now. They want to try and grab this as well. Kiriko healing up Chris as much as possible. Kush pulled in, stun. Not land, instead he pops his Wraithwolf. He has that Harlem Bones talent, so he was a bit harder to kill there, but picked off by a jumping Kim on that Kerrigan, trying to finish him off quite quickly. So, our hero team just going to start focusing on this Terror right now, just grabbing as many seeds as possible. Zagara is just chilling in the bot lane, just getting a farm for the moment. Kerrigan looking for an opportunity to try and pick someone off here. Kerrigan diving very deep to get a couple seeds, there's nowhere near enough. And we're seeing Kerrigan able to get out of there thanks to their double healing of Chris and Kiriko there. Very good job by them. So, looks like it's going to be Chris going back for the Terror in this particular scenario. So, he's going to be able to do so much. And it wasn't even spotted by Kael'thas there. So, able to get out of there pretty nicely without taking any real damage.
Well done. The Terror shall
you apparently don't get to stick on someone's vision when they go into the plant Terror. Wonderful. But we will fast forward for the moment. Get Chris into the action. Zagara was killed in the bot lane, but Chris here to take a place in terms of XP and pushing, and will begin wrecking it with this plant Terror. Whee! Full speed plant Terror. Okay, let's slow that down a bit because he's reached some buildings. Throwing down the plant pot. into that mid lane, just in between lanes at the moment, keeping pressure on, keeping the enemy team moving, letting Zagara get back to her lane, and making sure that his team is continuously soaking. Currently no one in the top lane, so he'll probably stay up here for a while, making sure he gets the XP. Polymorph does not land, that's for Queen's Curse. So Chris, backing up, he has not much duration left, but he also has not much health left, so he's willing to sacrifice one or the other to get himself into position for the moment. So he is back in the fight as normal Tyrande and looking for a fight, or at least to pick someone up, gets a stun onto Kael'thas. No follow-up though, instead gets caught in a stun on his own. His team now in retreat. He did not want to get picked off, and he was able to get that stun thanks to his Lunar Blaze talent, increases the range of his Lunar Flare by 50%. Excuse me, what's more, he now has his Heroic as well, taking the Shadow Stalk, and this is the talent that he was waiting for. To complete the challenge, he has the Shadow Stalk, which stealths all allied heroes and heals them for a decent amount, and gives a bit of burst healing at the end. That's some great engages, great ambushes. You can't really tell who's engaging you from where if a 5-man stealth squad is charging in on you. The Fortune uses not to run, instead just fight to get his healing up, but Kerrigan chasing in. She's slowed by the fort though. He's not going to be able to get that much. He's getting a lot of shielding from her Heroic there. Gets Kael'thas. And Chris trying to get the Kerosene there, but it won't be enough. And Kim dropping low, but healed by Chris. Looks like she will go down though. Heals herself for 10%, but it's not enough. She gets taken out. And Chris in full retreat here. Rest of the Heroics on the team. Devouring Ball. We already saw the Maelstrom in action. The Medivac dropship from the Morales and the Hyperion. Very Terran heavy team. Very StarCraft heavy team. Chris, in fact, the only one that ruins it. That will be a challenge in the future, by the way, sticking to a universe team, but it won't be for a while until we've increased fewer numbers to people who are willing to group up together. So, on the on the right hand side, we can see the other heroics. We see Divine Palm, the Commandeer Odin, Phoenix, Starfall, and the Entomb. Chris just continuing to kill off these seeds for the kill off these terrors for the moment. Sorry, the Shamblers for the moment. The terrors are the big one, so he's just able to get some good seeding out of that. We'll move back as he was tanking that terror, and that is a lot of damage for a young Tyrande, which you do not want to deal with. So now they're just grouping up onto this terror. Enemy already have their terror, but this will equal a terror for our heroes. So it'll be Terra versus Terra, and our heroes will still be one Terra ahead due to the amount of work they put in the early game to get a Terra when their opponents did not. There is that Shadow Stalk, so everyone is stealth now, looking for an engagement. Looks like it's going to be Tyrande, but the stun, first stun misses. Second stun also misses, but she goes down anyway. Starfall preventing any further chase. The Hyperion not going to do much other than siege the middle lane buildings at this point and clear the minion wave a bit. Not really getting a good angle. But still nice job by them. Chris gonna head back to base here, get his health and mana back, and get ready to rejoin his team. We're gonna have a look. They're about to hit level 13. Kerrigan going very deep, wants to try and get Leoric, but Leoric, well, he has Wraithwalk, so he's just able to leave. He has Ossium Renewal as well, so instead of getting that lingering apparition talent, due to the fact this map is a little bit larger, so it's not going to help as much to just push a single lane individually and not be with your team. Chris, in the top lane, immediately surrounded by a mad people. Marching straight into the fort. He's just going to throw down a bulb and then continue walking here. He's putting himself in real danger. He needs to reposition himself a bit here. He's miles away from his team, and that health is dropping very, very quickly. So he needs to be super careful. Still continuing to run for his life. There's the speed boost. And he's about to run out of health. There's the bulb, which will disable the fort long enough for him to get out of there. But he's revealed, unfortunately. There's the Entomb trapping him. Morales healing him up, trying to keep him alive. The safeguard is active as well. And looks like Chris is completely fine. Instead, they turn around onto the Kerosene, but we see Kim die on that Kerrigan. Now Chris is once again the focus of attention here. Once again, in comes Kiriko, healing up Chris, trying to get it out of there. There's that safeguard again. Stun onto the Leoric. We're trying something chasing. Good grenade from Morales. And Chris gets out of there pretty safely, actually, so very well played. And they do lose Reyna, but our hero in general does not die, and that makes it worth it. Zagara taking quite a bit of damage, but once again gets out of there completely safely. So good job by our heroes there. Only losing 2 members in what could be described as a very green play. And you see Chris here has taken Sprint as his level 13 talent. The rest of his team We have the Groove Spine's Lingering Essence, the Intensive Care, the extra healing from that Morales, and the Giant Killer from Reina. This is going to be getting a lot of damage. There's the Shadow Assault popped. Chris was spotted though by the Leoric, but he's still marching forward. And it's better him being called out than any of the other targets. Backs away with that sprint, getting to a new position, healing up the Kerrigan as much as he can so they don't take too much damage. Chain Bomb is applied, but it was the second stack of Chain Bomb onto Kiriko, so it does not spread to the rest of the team. So they're able to get out of there fine. We're going to fast forward for a bit. Look for another opportunity. Chris making his way up to the top lane, needs to soak some XP for or stand still. That works too. And Owl doesn't really land anyone. He was checking to see if there was anyone at that Bruiser camp. Sees Tychus though hovering in that bush area, so there's a chance he may be going for the Bruiser camp, but not able to do that much. The rest of the team did medevac down to that bot lane to start on the Bruiser camp down there. So Chris, on his own up here, just grabbing stuff, uses the Owl to see that there may be enemies coming soon, but doesn't see them charging to his location, so he's able to finish up and grab it. There's a Shadow Stalk, so he moves in to see if he can steal any seeds, but was spotted by the Owl and has to back up. Does not want to get caught out in this situation. Could be pretty catastrophic. So Chris, backing up, like we said, does not want to get caught out. Zagara is here with him. Rest of his team though, busy in the bot lane. Both teams have terrors right now, but Chris on his own defending a very hard push. There's the Starfall as well. It's done. Medevac though is activated. I don't know who else is in that. Doesn't look like anyone, but it is coming up here to help out. So Medic is here and he's going to be able to heal up Zagara. The Moor lands on two members. Can they follow this up? Chris and Terek are both here with their stuns. The Entomb screwing his own teammates. Scumbag Leoric absolutely boning his team members there, and they get annihilated. Kush now the target. He is just going to try and get out of there, and he does thanks to that Heart and Bones in that Wraith Walk talent. They're continuing to give chase. They had the level 16s here as well. Kush doing so much damage, and it looks like he will go down eventually. No, he's actually able to get out of here. There's that Wraith Walk getting him out just in time. And very well played by our heroes, able to take that fight very significantly. And a massive scumbag move from that Leoric. Completely trapping his team there and making sure that they die. I doubt it was intentional. I expected he thought he could separate his team from the enemy with that, so they had a chance to escape, but instead he just sort of trapped them in and ensured their doom. So level 16, we see the Ranger coming in from Chris here. That extra 100% whip on Sentinel and 200% damage, which is still based on this travel. So it's a nice little chunk of damage depending on how far you fire it from. We're seeing Song Singer backing up on this Terror, trying not to get itself caught, but is out of that Terror now and is running straight into a Zagara, but Zagara actually taking a lot of damage herself. Zagara down, but Kael'thas is down as well, so a 1-to-1 trade there. There is that stealth, but immediately cancelled out by the ticks from those living bombs by Kael'thas. They're not really able to make the most of that. It's just a little bit of healing in this particular case. Kerrigan diving deep, finds no one. Unable to really get anything out of this. Nothing they can really do about it. So, Chris, just chilling for now. Just going to be farming up Owls. See if we can see anyone. Going to make his way down to the bot lane. See if they can find that. See if they can find the monk there. First stun lands, and they're able to pull him in. Now they're trying to get BB Fortune. The Entomb is used. Good move by Kush there. This time really seen that Entomb to help out. Really nice positioning for that. So now they're chasing, but unfortunately Kush is demounted from his horse by that tower. Divine Palm is propped on the Kerosene, who is also taken down. Leoric is going to be able to Wraith Walk away, but that's still the main healer of our villain team down in time for the next phase, which they have their level 16s. They had a bit of a while ago, but I wasn't paying attention. Lock and load, movement speed, while the Ultra Attack is fully spun up. Cycle of Life, extra healing for the Kerosene. Fury of the Sunwell for the Kael'thas, which should be fine as long as they can dodge. There's not too many areas where they'll be fighting in such a close location. Ranger from the Tyrande, and imposing presence from the Leoric. So, the stealth was used. They weren't really able to find anyone. They find Gamer actually. The stun does not land. Owl does, but it was completely short range, so not going to do the maximum amount of damage here. Chris, going to be starting on these Shamblers as quick as possible. Nice Entomb there onto Kiriko. Is he going to pop that? Is he going to pop the Medivac to get out of there? Yes, he does. He pops the Medivac. to escape here completely point blank. Will that allow him to escape here? He's timing it out. He knows that there are enemies there. Raider needs to come next to him to help him out here. There's Tychus, and there is the focus. Here we go with an attempt. He did, in fact, attempt to get away, but unfortunately, he was completely surrounded and did get taken down. Chris finds Leoric here. There's the pull in by Kerrigan. They're going to try and pick him off here as quick as they can. Great hope to use onto the Kerrigan, but it's only hitting shields at the moment. Zagara caught off in the backline. Chris ignoring it, continuing to chase Leoric. There is the stealth. Chasing it, it's also healing that Zagara, keeping her alive, but Zagara getting focused down here, gets taken out. And Kerrigan not looking too good here, completely separated from Chris here, but is continuing to do damage. There's the Entomb catching both members here. Chris still has help in the background, but he gets taken out here and not going to be able to get out of there alive. And that is a team wipe by our villain team at the moment. As such, we will pop up to everyone to have a look exactly what is going on. So we can see they're beginning to just start with these terrors. Just begin working them away, getting seeds, doing what they can. They also want to try and push this mid lane with the few minions that they have. They do not have a terror yet. Morales flew down to the bot lane on her own just to start grabbing some seeds just as quick as possible. Kiriko not even waiting for Reyna, which she might have been able to get down there as well if she'd been a little bit patient, but instead Reyna is going to have to ride on his spider. So Kiriko picking up the rest of those seeds once again. It's only 82. They're unable to get enough for that second wave. They'd have to dive onto this plant terror here in order to have a chance of gaining control of that area. So Chris is back. He owls in, able to hit Phoebe Fortune, but not able to make the most out of it. So he's on his way to his team right now. They're going to try and dive in here and take control. There is the stealth. They're going to move in here. There's the Hyperion straight away. Kerrigan looking for her opportunity. She finds Tychus. Is the pulley going to land? No, it does not. Phoebe Fortune is pulled in, but he was not stunned up. But they've now managed to zone out our villains from this terror. Kerrigan taking a lot of damage here. Once again, healing up a bit just off of that siphoning impact from her Q. And now they will retreat out of here and grab the rest of those seeds. And they have a terror now and they've denied it to the villains here. Kerrigan, though, will get taken down. Good more, though. Will they follow it up with anything? Stun lands from Chris here, but it's unable to really earn his team anything. The fact that they lost their main damage dealer. There is the Entomb from Leoric finding the Zagara here. Zagara getting focused down very, very quickly and is taking a lot of damage. Tries to pop that rapid incubation, but gets killed off. Chris needs to heal up Kiriko. Kiriko with the nice grenade tried to slow down the owl. Landed Chris straight away after that stealth, so he was immediately revealed, but it didn't matter due to the fact that they were already out of range and they were safe. Level 20s available for our villains here. We see the Storm Shield on the Karazin, big red button on the Tychus, Bolt of the Storm on the Kael class, Celestial Wrath on the Tyrande, and Spectral Leech on the Leoric. So Chris once again in the terror. This time we actually appear to have camera control, and he's making his way up to somewhere. Looks like top, considering the mid and bot lane are both pretty pushed up. This is the only lane he really can push, but once again he's also pretty much suiciding here due to the fact that if the enemy split off their push here and came after him, then he would be very much dead. But instead, his mid lane is just getting pushed in pretty massively here. He needs to be very careful. Instead, he's moving his push to the mid lane. He's going to try and focus that down. He has his level 20 as well, just hasn't selected it yet. Rest of his team, Mod of the Storm on the Zagara, Nexus Blades on Kerrigan, Caduceus Reactor 2.0 on Morales here, Nexus Frenzy on the Reyna, and still no talent pick for our main hero Chris here. He's beginning to wade in. Looks like he just wants to try and end the game here. Middle keep is down for our heroes, but they've managed to slightly repel the attack at the cost of Raider's life. Chris just continuing to just all in this area here. The plant now disables the core, so he's able to just throw that in that area and hit the keep and the core. There's another bulb. It will not be enough to kill the keeper, especially with so many people back to protect here. Kael'thas gets taken down here, though, thanks to Chris, who is now in full retreat. He has very little health left. He will have sprint once he comes out of this, though, and he has rewind as his level 20 talent. Chris finally popped out of that by an auto attack from that Tyrande there. They're now trying to chase in, get before the owls flying everywhere. There's the stealth. They're continuing to push in and try and grab someone here, but they're unable to find anyone. Leoric is dead. Raider is dead. Kael'thas is dead. The numbers advantage is in favor of our heroes right now, and they're looking good. They're finally going to take down this keeper. That is a keep for a keep. Tin for tat there. Really nice play there by our heroes, but only 4 seeds needed for our villains for the next night phase. So they may be able to get control of this fight and maybe of this game by the next night phase. Chris making his way down to the bottom lane to join up with his team. Morales also heading down to the lead. Do not get caught out. And they're just grabbing this easy camp. Chris hovering around this area, making sure that no one gets caught out. It looks like they will get caught out. Kerrigan is found here. The tomb is used, and they did catch Kerrigan. And there's very little that Chris could do about this. Kerrigan getting taken out here. The Maw was dropped by Scar. Caught 2 people, but no follow-up. Once again, just a stun from Chris. For good measure, they're not really able to get any of that. The medevac is used. Not really sure the point on it, but it does get Morales out of there pretty safely and allows the team to regroup a bit. But they are still down there. Kerrigan. Chris coming in from the bottom. He's separated from his team. Gets a good stun off though. And we're seeing it. The Tiger's taking so much damage, but Divine Palm saves his life. There's the stealth once again used by Chris here. Just continuing to throw that out whenever he can. Just getting as much stealth and healing for his team as possible with that Shadow Storm. You can see here Chris, once again, fighting 2 people. He's completely outnumbered here, but Kiriko is there with him. Kiriko finally getting a range for the heal, but instead gets himself caught in the entomb, and Chris is the only one left alive except for Zagara, who has snuck into a corner and is being back to base. Chris, in full retreat, needs to try and defend his base somehow. He's done a good job of a lot of these engagements and escapes, but the eyes have been too keen for the opposing team so far. Gamer in full retreat after getting hit by 2 Hunter Killers. The Hunter Killers doing so much damage, and these are the grooved spined Hunter Killers, not the Mutalist Hunter Killers. So those are very high in damage, 35%, 25% damage in, sorry, 22% damage increase, 35% range increase. So those things, they hurt a lot. Chris, his way down to the bottom lane. We're going to have a look at some stats quickly. You can see his healing. Once again, of course, not been too high. Even with this healing heroic, the Morales has been pretty much trumping him. And the enemy, Tyrande, has been doing okay. He's practically overflowing light, but still not anywhere near as much as the Karazim. So, for now, Chris just scouting around, having a look around what he can see thanks to the vision given by Creep and Owl. And his team grabbing this bottom Terra. It will not be enough for a plant Terra in this scenario, and looks like Morales coming to join her team here, which is very, very late in fact. We're going to see Kerrigan, in fact, coming out of her being here just to start attacking this Kael'thas, and as such, their bot lane is being pushed in quite hard by a plant Terra. So the rest of the team now having to walk back. Medevac flying in there, not having the cooldowns to get back to her team and drop them back off at the base, so instead they have to run. You see, at the top lane, getting a bit of damage. Mag just shooting out that Terra as much as he can. Chris, his opportunity. Kerrigan pulls in. The stun does land, but the plant Terra has Relentless by default, so it's not going to take too much out of this. Mag gets caught in that Flame Strike, a little bit of damage. That was the second one. And Kael'thas taken out by an Owl, and the Entomb just misses Kerrigan. He's able to get out there, and the shield is enough to stop that Owl doing any damage. So it's coming down to the wire. We have Kael'thas, one of the main damage sources of our villains, down. There is a keep down for both teams. T-Mag focus down a bit, but get stealthed up so that he doesn't get focused completely. He's beginning to push in, but he's completely on his own here. He's getting healed by 2 healers right now. More only lands onto Tyrande there from Zagara in the back. Zagara is completely separated from her healers as well. Tyrande goes down. Zagara blinks away. She's able to escape, but the nuke lands on Chris. That's a lot of damage. Kerrigan is right there in the thick of things. The bruisers are chasing down Chris here, but Kerrigan does go down. Chris is being back to base due to having no health and no mana. This is all coming down to this final fight here. T-Mag looking to chase this, but is unable to find anything. Instead, we see Zagara moving on to Leopard's camp. Changes her mind, though. She doesn't know where everyone is. It is still a 2-for-1 trade in favor of our heroes, so they do come out of that ever so slightly positive. They're still an entire level behind. So Kiriko just going to stay here with T-Mag. They're going to take down this Bruiser camp. Chris arriving just in time to not take the easy camp due to it resetting.
I hate to
so
say,
he's going to be able to grab that bruiser camp though, so there's a bit of pressure onto that bot lane. And now his team has to defend against this plant terror. It is a very strong one. With 25 minutes in, this plant terror is going to hurt. So he's moving in, gets stunned up a bit. There is the bulb. Going to start dealing with some of those catapults that have spawned in the mid lane. Both teams do have them. So both teams going to be looking for that opportunity to use them as much as possible. The gamer looking for an angle to enter through. He's really struggling here. His entire team isn't here. A couple of them only just came back to life. Kelpass has just arrived. Azim just getting a little bit of damage off just whenever he can. Needs to be very careful though that he does not get caught out. Bulb killed off. Gamer looking for his opportunity once again, just trying to find the perfect angle. There's the Hyperion, and that's a huge amount of damage lost. There's the stealth. A lot of heroics being popped here without any results, and this is not looking good for our hero. Stun lands onto the Terror though, pulled in. No follow-up stun from Kerrigan. There it is. But once again, Relentless is available for the Terror, so it doesn't take too much stun from that. And Tychus able to get out of there after coming out of that Terror.
The enemy's terror.
So Tychus doing a little bit of damage onto that Leoric here, but the pull misses. Leoric not getting picked up at all. Kerrigan doing a little bit of damage, but not enough to pick him off. Kerrigan now on the run with Kael'thas, and neither of them getting caught out. Chris still looking to pick off someone, and Kush is still up here. He wants to try and get him at no matter what cost. Stun misses, but now he's being drained home. Second stun misses after that rewind, and Chris gets entombed here. He's completely on his own. The rest of his team is too busy fighting the rest of the other team. Chris in full retreat, not getting hit by the flame strike, but Kush is chasing after him. There's the stealth, and he jukes him. He gets away, but now he's completely separated from his team, and base stun misses again. He's stopped from mounting up by Kush here, and Kush, with that bonus damage, gets Respectful Leash, doing so much here. Chris managing to duke this time with the power of bushes rather than stealth. And is trying still to get away here. Stun once again missing. And Chris gets taken down. The rest of the enemy team is pushing into the base here, doing so much damage. And they want to start on this core. The minion wave has been utterly destroyed. And they're going to work this core down. They have a 3-man advantage as Raider and Kerrigan went down as well during that push. The core getting wiped out so quickly. And that is going to be GG. And, yeah, super well played there by the enemy team. They were able to take that in a very nice fashion, despite sacrificing their Kael'thas quite a bit. But a very nice final fight. Tyrande completely separated out from her team. That Leoric had some great distraction, some great focus, and was really able to get work done. So once again, huge congratulations, Chris. Once again, you are a champ, man. Thank you for sending in replays pretty much every single week. I don't think there's one. Is there one you've missed? Let me know in the comments, because you are fantastic and you've just been so consistent with sending stuff in. And it's always good stuff. Those dukes at the end were hilarious. Unlucky you missed all your stuns, but still great to have you in pretty much every single time. So next replay, which I am loading up now, is from another person who submitted a lot of times, but I'm struggling to remember if he's actually got on the show at all. I think he has once, but we're going to see him anyway, because once again, another regular submitter, but not always chosen, not always the best gameplay, but I really like this one. He took a build that a lot of other people, he took a heroic, an ability that allows you to stealth that a lot of other people took. But he really put his own twist on it and made a really interesting style of play. So let me quickly remove that, because I don't know the hotkey anymore to remove the let me show you. I don't know the hotkey to remove the in-game timer, and if I have it don't click this thing at the start of the game, then it just disappears. Then it shows the end of game time, so you'll see exactly how long the game is. And that can be anticlimactic, so I have to make sure that I lower that before the game starts. But let us introduce our villain team. So, ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the Anubarak, it is going to be Zitnik. Playing the Malfurion, it is Vezone. Playing the Zerator, it is Silent Sword. What a name! What a name, my friend. Playing the Sergeant Hammer, it is DJ T006. And playing the Tyrande, it is Schnibs. I like that name, Schnibs. And on the left-hand side, it is our hero team. And playing the Uther, it is going to be McGray V. And or M Gravy, I'm not entirely sure. Playing the Butcher, it is Eugene B21. Playing the Malfurion, it is Bratton. Playing the Kael'thas, it is Lagouche. And playing the Sylvanas, it is Bird versus Camel. A reference to a very funny JonTron video, which is why I'm always glad to see him and really disappointed I don't pick his replays more often, because that video is amazing and I am proud of him for the reference because it's super cool. So, we're going to hit play here. We're going to jump onto Bird versus Camel view, and that is with this button. And it looks like we get hero view again, or do we? Our camera moved a bit. Do we get hero view? Nope, we're holding down the spacebar then. Let's try one more. Free. Nope. Alrighty, so we're going to be watching Bird versus Camel today. Let's have a look at the talents at level 1. And level 1, he's chosen the Lost Soul talent, giving him that extra cooldown on his Shadow Dagger, giving extra damage, extra minion wave hold, extra lane control, extra tower push potential. It's a really good talent. I much prefer it to the range, and as such, pros appear to be jumping on board with this as well. There's a Camel taking a bit of damage from Sergeant Hammer, even taking an auto attack on the way out of lane, so he doesn't take too. So he takes quite a bit of damage. He's going to have to play quite far back, moving into Hammer range, and once again taking an auto attack. Needs to be a lot more careful with this. Rest of his team, we have Block on the Butcher to try and deal with that Sergeant Hammer. Moonburn from that Malfurion. Bird vs Camel ping for help because he is against a Sergeant Hammer lane, which is going to be very, very difficult to deal with. And a Tyrande with him is going to make it very difficult for Bird vs Camel to do that much at all. Reach on that Uther, and another Convection on a Kael'thas versus Camel. He's fighting for the moment. He sees that Sergeant Hammer is in the mid lane now and tries to go aggressive onto Schnibs. Gets stunned up. Schnibs taking the opportunity, doing a little bit of counter damage, doing as much work as he can to harass Sylvanas and stop Sylvanas pushing the lane. Also, a very lore-friendly lane matchup we do have here. Versus Camel. Is he going to stay down here? Is he going to come help his team for the objective right now? Top. Kael'thas is super low. We see a stealth Zeratul here. Zeratul not even getting the kill there. It was taken down by Malfurion, I'm pretty sure. The Silent Sword in full retreat. Sergeant Hammer doing quite a bit of damage to that Butcher here, who's going very deep onto that Malfurion and has to retreat mid. Currently in control of Schnibs versus Camel. Coming in, doing a little bit of damage. Just poking away at Schnibs here, but Top Temple was in control of the red team, but is now, there we go, it's now being recaptured. Versus Camel taken down by Schnibs there, unable to win it due to the fact that he was on such low health before this started. But now we're going to see Bratton will take control of the situation and, via extension, this temple. The rest of the team still in the top lane. Could try and raid this, get a couple of the shots out of it. Their zone coming down here. Looks like he wants to try and contest Bratton. Take control of that. We see Uther and Butcher pushing into this top temple. They want to try and steal some of the shots from it. M. Gray pushing away Sergeant Hammer. And we're seeing a Nubrak getting focused down here, taking a lot of damage. Versus Camel is back here and is doing a lot of damage. Wants to try and take down Zipdick here and goes in. They're able to take it down. Nice stun from Uther and the Haunting Wave adding to that chase. However, mid-temple has been lost, but I think most of the shots did actually go over to our heroes there. So well played by them. And the final shots from the top temple, as long as everything goes according to plan, will go over to our heroes as well. But Burns Camel leaving the temple area, but he's able to dodge out Zeratul. Finds Tyrande though. Schnibs being a massive ass to our hero here. But, well, it's a game. That is his job. We will forgive him, but still, how dare you. Schnibs getting focused down now, but we already lost two members here, the Zeratul and the Sergeant Hammer. Butcher wailing on the Salubrak, doing as much as he can. M-Gray also focusing in. Where's that stun? Try and lock him down. No, we're going to see a Nubrak maybe get out. Nubrak escapes. Final shots finally being taken by Lagouche. And our heroes will grab the final shots from the top temple and will come out pretty much even on HP actually. Let's see if he can pass the Nubrak getting focused down here. Zeratul in the backline trying to take down Kael'thas, but instead he's taking a lot of damage himself thanks to Living Bombs. Versus Campbell was thinking about chasing there, but decided against it after seeing Sergeant Hammer and not having vision of the rest of the team. So level 4 talent for our hero here is the Envenom. So going for a cooldown reduction on one of his main abilities, and Envenom for that little bit of extra damage in general. You see Flail Axe for the Butcher versus Camel, bit of damage, but seems comfortable with it. Vengeful Roots from the Malfurion, Protective Shield from Uther, and Mana Tap for the Kale Pass. So extra damage on that one versus Camel. Looking for an opportunity. Butcher was rooted and was taken down by Camel in full retreat with Bratton. They are completely outnumbered here, but they are soaking 3 lanes. They are behind in XP because of this, though. And they need to really do something about how hard this lane is pushing. But so brothers can hold the minions back at least for a little while. Enemy Zeratul, interestingly enough, going for that Gathering Power ability, just getting that extra spell power. But Camel moving to the side. I think he wants to try and maybe get an angle. Goes behind the enemies here. He already has his stealth talent. He has the Shade form here. But instead has put himself in a very tough position. Now he's moving in from the side here, from behind, doing a little bit of damage with that Shadow Dagger. And is now moving in onto that Sergeant Hammer. Envenom has already been used, I'm pretty sure, onto someone. Down goes the Anubarak. We'll see versus Camel getting healed up by Malfurion. Stays alive. But yeah, he has that Shade form, which allows him to stealth for 3 seconds when he uses Haunting Wave. The teleport doesn't even break the stealth there, so he's able to reposition in a fight massively effectively, which is pretty awesome, and obviously set up a fight like we saw there. Really forced people out of position as they were trying to think about whether they should turn around and focus him or not. So for now, versus Camel. Just being back to base, getting some health. Gonna fast forward a bit. Get him to that bot lane. Still ill, sorry. He's going to be running down there. They find the entire enemy team versus Camel. Once again, focusing on Nubarak. He's completely alone. Gets to the other side of the fight and finds Sylvanas in the back. There's the Envenom. And from the back line, or I guess the sideline, able to take down that Tyrande pretty effectively. Nice root by Malfurion, though. Both Malfurions, in fact, catching pretty much everyone versus Camel into the back line. Body blocking Malfurion, focusing him down. And he gets taken out by the Butcher. And great play by Bovis Camel here. Please never become a pro player. Your name is incredibly hard to pronounce while you are talking very quickly. Bovis Camel is going to start on this temple with the rest of the team. Great fight by them. Butcher finds the Sergeant Hammer and they're able to take him down. Really nicely played by our hero team. They are in full control. They have their heroics as well. The Wailing Arrow is available for our hero. We have the Lamp of the Slaughter for Butcher here. In comes the Camel into the back lane again. Finds a Nubarak taking that. Silences the Zeratul before he can even go in. And Zeratul in full retreat even gets revealed and takes damage from that Shadow Dagger. Versus Camel on fire. And you can see how disappointed I am that I don't get to use this game as more often. What a beast. We see the Divine Shield for the Uther and the Phoenix for the Chaos, and finally Tranquility for that Malfurion. They're going to try and take down the boss here. Be careful, Owl has spotted them. The shenaniganry has been spotted. Bratton shouting out ahead, making sure that they don't get picked off. But Camel continuing to focus this down with the rest of the team. Sergeant Hammer is sieged up in position. Zeratul is pushing his way in. Uther is completely low. Here comes the Nubarak into that boss circle. But it looks like he might die. That Envenom doing so much damage. Down he goes. Boss goes over to our hero, Sergeant Hammer. Now getting slowed. The root does not land, but Burst Camel went deep, but was unable to lock him down or trap him in any sort of way. And Sergeant Hammer did escape, but that was still 2 kills and the boss going over to our hero's team. Really nice play there. But, excuse me, Bird versus Camel. Moving down to the bot lane. Just gonna grab a fountain, get some mana for himself there. Allow him to be more mobile in the fight as we've been seeing so far. Ladouche pushing forward, phoenixing at the enemy base so that he can get some damage. Do this on Hammer, force him to unsiege and use it on the towers as well. It's a pretty good ability for sieging in that way. So Hammer gets Lantern sorted here. Is he going to get out? Butcher with Divine Shield going very, very deep here. Versus Camel coming in as well. Fine Schnips. Will he turn onto the Sergeant Hammer? No, he's just going to back up into the fact he was the one being focused by the keep there. Sword also in full retreat, but Nubarak in the backline finds Butcher. Versus Camel really need to help out his team a little bit here as they were being backlined, and down goes the Nubarak. Great counterplay there. They finally turned around and were able to just wipe him. And that is 2 people down. They're going to be able to continue pushing here, but they are a bit low on health. You can be very careful. The Zeratul with Gathering Power and First Aid. Very interesting builds here. The First Aid is not too uncommon, but it is fine. Block is a bit uncommon. And Bowen's Camel over the wall finds Silent Sword. They're going to try and focus him down here. There is the stun onto Butcher, though no chase will be committed here. And as such, our heroes will probably have to back up here. Zeratul just going to do some harassment damage and a run away. Burst Camel actually getting hit by the fort here. Needs to be very careful. Malfurion giving chase if he can land the root, and that's really bad. Zeratul might just get chased, but the root doesn't land. And Bird versus Camel able to get out of there, and he is completely safe. Heroics available for the enemy team. They seem to have gone very troll. We have Shadow Assault for the Zeratul, Blunt Force Gun for the Sergeant Hammer, Twilight Dream on the Malfurion, Starfall on the Tyrande, and Cocoon for the Anubis. So a couple very interesting challenges. These guys would be perfect for this week's challenge. But for now, Schnips getting focused down, taking so much damage. There is that BFG, the Blunt Force Gun, and we're seeing Burvis Camel taking a lot of damage, gets taken out, and everyone is going to get wiped up here. Brat is getting focused down as well, thanks to that Shadow Charge, and a very very aggressive play there by our villains. They're able to grab control of this top temple. Nothing that our Butcher Eugene can do about this, and as such, he's just going to start working on mercenary camps. Kael'thas, he just went back to base, making sure he was healthy and fine. So level 13 is available for our heroes. Our main hero here, Burvis Camel, has taken the overwhelming affliction. Black arrows can also apply to heroes and slow their movement speed by 5% for the duration, which stacks to 5 times. And Lagoosh took a lot of damage to Zeratul. Burvis Camel from behind as well. And we're going to rewind that because I didn't really see how that exactly started, because it looked like it was a massive engagement there. But I completely missed everyone on the other side, just completely catching about here. So we're going to play. There we go, 1 second left on pretty much everyone. They're all back to life. Kael'thas and Butcher taking this down. Nice vision there from the clairvoyance from that Uber. Anubrak in the circle. Butcher leaving the circle. So the camp's already got over, but a great silence from Burvis Camel from behind. Gets another. Butcher's been divine shielded. They've already taken down 3 members. They are in control. Down goes Anubrak. And now they're just trying to catch out the Sergeant Hammer here. And my screen lock is completely gone. So, house control it is. What the hell? There we go. We got it back. So, Burvis Camel, his team is in complete control here. Rest of his teams at level 13s, we have Life Seed, Spell Shield, Shrink Ray, and Gravity Throw. So right now, what Burvis Camel has gone is gone for a very ambush-heavy style. He finds someone, he goes in, he envenoms them, he lost souls them, and then he attacks them, slowing them down so that they can't get away from him. He is an ambusher. It's like a Nova, but with less instant burst and a bit more damage over time, and also a silence. So Burvis Camel taking his way down to that bot lane for the moment. He's going to be doing this now. He's taking out the mercenaries, and as such, we will fast forward through all of this due to the fact that there is no fighting. Just moving forward for the moment. My nose is insanely itchy. Burvis Camel just working his way through the minion wave. The rest of his team appears to be in a bit of a scuffle in that mid lane, though. We see Butcher taken down as well as Anubis. Kael'thas also going down. Burvis Camel coming in, though. And he finds someone Zeratul taken out by the Phoenix. Will Burvis Camel go in? He has his level 16 available. He has taken the Will of the Forsaken here instead of the Vulnerable talent. He's going in silences. Snip there so that he can't get stunned out on his way out, and he does escape with that Will of the Forsaken. Gets out of there. Nice use there of that ability, but Malfurion's here. Can he get out? No, he gets killed off just before he can pop that haunting wave and escape. Fight just getting picked up. A nice use of Will of the Forsaken, just making him unstoppable so we can run through all of that CC. Very interesting style there, which could be, I'll be interested to see if he's able to use that to his advantage. So now he has an engagement and an escape through all of that CC. For now, though, everyone on our hero team is alive except for our main hero, but they're still going to try and make the most out of it and try and fight one of these temples. Nice route from Verzone, though. He's going to be able to just back up away from this, but the temple is shooting at that bottom lane fort. The last one left alive, tower goes down. Towers will be taken out first, but our heroes are going to try and raid this temple before that happens. Burvis Camel is alive. Good silence from villain Malfurion. Good BFG as well. The combos are landing perfectly, but the Phoenix takes down Anubis. He is the first one for this. There is that tranquility. In comes Burvis Camel into the backline. He's focusing down that Malfurion. Malfurion heals himself to try and keep himself alive, and he does get out of there, but Butcher has arrived onto Zeratul, taking him down as quick as possible. Venom goes down as well. He gets wiped so quickly. Snips is now the target. Gets annihilated there. Kael'thas, the only casualty for our hero team. The Sergeant Hammer gets rooted there. There's going to do some damage to Bratton. We see everyone moving down. They want to try and trap him here. Malfurion's here as well. There's the heals. Burvis Camel is instead going to focus Malfurion and uses his Will of the Forsaken to just get through that route there, and as such will kill off Verzone there. Very, very cool engage there. Very, very nice chase. And that is a really cool use of Will of the Forsaken. You never see this talent, and he's really making it work. Really nice to see here, really using it to its full effectiveness. So right now there are 2 easy camps pushing the bot lane. Sergeant Hammer is dealing with those while taking a lot of damage. The entire temple has been taken in the top lane, and the team is now moving down to the boss. So I should free. So this is Camel. Currently standing in the tornado, but still doing his job, getting his damage done. And the rest of his team will be arriving shortly to continue to help with this boss. There's Camel in probably the riskiest position, but he has Will of the Forsaken and his Haunting Wave, so he can get out of there. Silences Schnips. Able to try and take him down. Splits to the other side of him with that Haunting Wave and takes him down. Nubrak completely missed him as well, and now it's the Nubrak who is the target. There's no vulnerable. Although Camel here takes a lot of damage, gets silenced, and taking so much damage, he gets taken down. Zeratul annihilated by Living Bomb though. Really good to buy Lagouche there. And Lagouche now it's focusing onto that Nubrak, and Nubrak goes down. Malfurion now is the next target, and Malfurion goes down, and Eugene is charging onto Sergeant Hammer. Misses the stun, lands on the sword just short, and then not able to catch out Sergeant Hammer. He does get away. But the pushing will continue. The boss is on the core. There is another easy camp on the way as well. Sergeant Hammer just focusing down that boss. Instead of ending the game, they are making the safe decision, and they are just killing off mercenaries here. Not going to go for the greed play of just trying to end the game there. They probably could do it if they really tried. Like, look at how much damage this boss is doing, and now there's an easy camp there and catapults as well. They absolutely could have ended the game, but once again, safe play is the best play. They're now going to move in actually, because the boss is just annihilating this. Malfurion focusing on the heroes there instead of the core, but looks like the Sea Shines will be able to finish this off, and that is GG. And our hero here, Bird versus Camel. Really nice play there, using some very unconventional talents, using that stealth talent, using the Will of the Forsaken there. Just massively well played. Nice little burst build, able to ambush people and just get so much work done throughout that entire fight, every single fight in that game. Able to chase people down, able to slow them with his with that lingering affliction, able to do the burst damage with that envenom, and just with his own talents. Really well played, really cool to see, and one of the more fantastic games that we saw overall. But we do have one more game to share with you today, and this game's also pretty good. I do need to check something quickly. Okay, we are good. So, game 3 is I don't know how to describe it, as it hurts me to show you this. It hurts me bad, but I committed to, if you showed an interesting champion with this, then like every single episode you show an interesting champion, then I am willing to bet to I'm willing to put it up, even with my personal distaste for the possibility of said character. But for now, let me minimize the time so you guys can't see it, and let's head into the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our villain team. So, ladies and gentlemen, playing the Jaina, it will be Rasbodid. Playing the Reyna, it will be Richigs. Playing the Nova, it is Natsu. Playing the Asmodan, it is J. Louis. And playing the Sonya, it is J12. And playing on the right-hand side, it is our heroes for the game. And playing the Sonya, it is Lord of the Pie. Playing the Anubarak, it is Zunak. Playing the Nova, it is Zippy Totek. Playing the Raider, it is Trantes. And our hero for the game, that piece of Lego on the floor that you step on, it's Murky, and it's being played by Daedra. So Daedra will be our hero for the game, and once again doesn't appear to have a vision, which is unfortunate. But we shall follow him to the best of our abilities anyway. So, Murky doesn't really come into effect with his stealth talent until level 13, I believe the talent is. But once again, that happened with other people earlier on as well. The Tyrande, for example, doesn't come in until level 10. So, we're still going to follow him. Taking block as his level 1 talent, just giving him that extra sustain, extra tankiness, trying to make the world work for him. Now, Daedra will do something quite cool throughout this entire game, and I will ask you to keep an eye on it, and that is just keep an eye on his egg placement. For now, Not even going to put it behind his gate. He's going to move it into the bush so he can go and help either mid lane or the top lane whenever he feels like it. For now, moving down to the bottom lane, to the mid lane. Going to do some damage to Jaina, and they take down Jaina to start off with the Nova Murky gang, with Reyna in the lane able to take down that Jaina pretty damn quickly. We'll now move down to the bot lane, see what he can do. Anubrak taking a bit of damage. Murky giving Anubrak time to go and get some health if he really needs to, as long as Murky stays alive. And as such, Anubrak was able to get the fountain. Now Murky moving on there, but they can both tell that that is the hologram. Reyna now focusing onto that Anubrak. Nova fighting Nova here, or at least trying to burst down Natsu. Fish doesn't really land. Data taking quite a bit of damage. If he dies here, he just goes back up to the top lane. He did not replace his egg. He's just trying to make the most out of this situation. A lot of blocks on this team. In fact, what it is, Reyna, Nova, and Sonya. Maybe moving in here, throwing down the pufferfish. No one is killing it. That's how pufferfish will do some damage to those towers. Later, backing up there. In fact, even going to grab the fountain. Remember, his egg's still up in that top jungle, so he will not be able to rush back down here and help if he dies, like now. So now it's just depending on where he goes. Maybe he just forgot to put down the egg. But that was a lot of damage. There we go. Now moving in behind Sonya. Going to do a bit of damage to the Sonya versus Sonya, but looks like the villain Sonya was winning out in this lane for the moment. Jada has made her way all the way up in Lord of the Pie, taking a lot of damage. But Rasbodin being focused down by Nova. Nova gets the kill. And now it is Murky and Nova fighting off this Sonya. But the Whirlwind healing so much. Murky taking a lot of damage. Gets taken down by that seismic slam there. Lord of the Pie diving so deep. Gets killed by the tower, but he was able to get the enemy Sonya in the meantime. Daedra hovering around in the mid lane, soaking some XP. That defeat will be up in 7 seconds. So it's a question of how soon he really does want to go up there. His next level talent was Living the Dream. Passively grants 5% ability power every 5 seconds Murky is alive, and he gains 1% more ability power to a maximum of 15%. So he gets 5% passive, then 1% every 5 seconds. Murky getting out of there. He currently has 7 stacks, so already it does not take long to build up there, but his egg was found by Jada there, so he's going to have to back away, and that's a long time on his eggs. Currently 8 seconds. He's going to move in here and just throw some fish. Just get at least some damage down, at least deny that tribute a little bit. Nova can snipe over the wall here, needs to be very careful. No, blocked by Rasbodin. And that will be the first tribute going over to our villain team. Murky of his eggs, super aggressive here. A Jaina or a Sonya splash damage there would be able to finish it off. Even Reyna with that Q there would be able to do some pretty nice work. But like we said, first tribute going over to our villain team. So let's see if they can keep this up. Egg down again. Like we said, splash damage. Able to just finish that off. Nova gaining vision with hologram. And able to finish it off. Jada try to get Murky, but the bubble was already active. Daedra, very aggressive even without his egg here. Finally going to put it down again. And will begin to work his way back into the lane. Daedra moving forward, they can realize it's a hologram. Instead, Daedra just takes most of his health. So, excuse me, we can see his level 7 talent hindering slime.
Gather tribute.
Increasing the slow amount of slime by from 20% to 30%, and that is an interesting one. Just giving that little bit of slow, throwing his egg behind the boss. I mean, who is going to go for boss? Well, the tribute's up and it's still nearer. Everyone checks this area, everyone checks this area, everyone checks this area. So really nice positioning there on the egg by Murky. It's really unlikely to be spotted. Is denied that tribute for the moment. Fight going very nice. The Lord of the Pie going so deep. Can he get his spear onto Natsu? No, he can't. It's on cooldown. Instead, gets hit and sniped by Natsu, taking quite a bit of damage. Will he chase? Daedra is now back as well. He wants to try and get some kind of revenge. They're still chasing onto Sonya here. Nova is there as well, but they're not going to be able to lock her down without their heroics, which are not available. Natsu, that is a hologram of him. So Daedra unable to get anything out of that, and as such, will back away. Anubrak heading over to the Bruiser camp for the moment, and they'll just begin to get mercenaries. Soak lanes. Right now, the bot lane, though, is under a bit of pressure. Daedra just focusing on that Bruiser camp for the moment. Now moving away, go help his team. And this guy knows what it's on about. When I talked about you have to swag it up a bit. He's got a custom mount. He's got a skin tint. Maybe not a skin, but it is a tint. So at least he's trying. And of course, many bonus points when you're playing, when I'm watching you. He's color coordinated, which is the best. And that is good right now. We're seeing J-Liu in denied here. Zunak taking a lot of damage. Now he's being lasered. He's going to be in some serious trouble. There is the pufferfish trying to deny out here, but we already see Reina taken out by Natsu in the back. Datara backing away from this. He's not even going to try. He realizes his team is mostly dead, so he can't really do much about this. He's going to try and dive in, but he's too late. Instead, he dies. But his egg isn't too far away, which probably means he does have to move it in case someone like Jada comes along. Finds it instead. He's going to focus Jada with a zippy toe tech, and they're able to take him down even without his egg. But Sonya's coming in. He's able to get out of there though. Sonya was a bit too low to really attempt to stay there. One Nova was still at pretty much full health. So Jada, we're just going to chill here, wait for his health to come back. Very aggressive with his egg. He knows he can get out of a lot of situations, so he's just super aggressive, and it's working out for him. Working out pretty nicely. So level 10. He did take the Octo Grab, so a lot of extra damage here to help out Daedra. Moving in. Fish does not land on Reina, so he's not going for the combo. Just waits it out, clears the minion wave, and he's just building up his stacks. He's waiting to get enough Living the Dream stacks to get that maximum damage on his pufferfish to really pick someone off, really kill them. But now he has 10%, so he has a 10, so he currently has a lovely 15% extra ability power. Now 16%, you can see it pretty nicely yourself. So he getting focused down here and taken out so quickly because his egg is very, very close by now. Level 10 available for both teams. That Hyperion did some serious work. Reina was taken down. Murky now moving in. Now he has time for the combo. Doesn't even need to though. Just able to lock down. There it is. Just going for the Octograb. Just to lock down Sonya so that his Sonya can get the kill. Really nice job there. And they're able to take down 3 people with just those 2 members. And they will get that tribute. Very well played by our heroes there, Daedra. Really being patient with his heroics there. Not just spamming it on Asmodan, which would have been an easy kill. So really, really cool. Really well played there. Lord Pie. And Daedra moving in here, Lord Pie taking a lot of damage. Needs to back up Rasputin. Was thinking about going in there, but decided against it. And now with Traumaters there, they're able to get a bit more damage on. They're able to push down this minion wave pretty quickly, thanks to it being Lena. The Lena's now gone though, which is unfortunate. They're going on to that. They're going on to Jada and take her down so quickly once again. Heroic not used, not wasted. It wasn't needed there. Just slow her down to stop anyone from body blocking, and it's all good. Jada moving back in. There's the leap from Sonya onto Nova. They take her down. Now's the Octograb to prevent Reina from getting away. And they're able to get the kill. And that is really well played there by our heroes. They are in great control here. And they have so much CC here. Triple tap. And they need people to lock down for triple tap and for to stay still for the Hyperion. So we have Leap. We have Octograb. They don't need Cocoon because that will block the damage. So Locust Swarm to keep their main tank alive. Yeah, really cool. And of course, Leap are really good for Jada and Nova. If they're going to just sit at the back line, then get Sonya into that back line. Daedra now has his level 13. He is available to begin the build. Hidden Assault is the talent here, which will allow him to go into stealth once respawning from his egg for 5 seconds and also bonus movement speed. We need to find a place to put that egg though. Tribute is here and available. Looks like he's just going to go into the back of the boss pit again. It wasn't spotted last time. Ooh, just under the boss this time. I like it. Moving in. The rest of the fight is still continuing over here. Currently 2 members down on both teams. Murky just going for it. Hyperion. Hyperion, you scumbag. Daedra moving in here. He's just going to go straight for the combo. Manages to dodge Nova with that. The pupfish, not enough to kill off the Asmodan though. But Murky will just respawn and he is now invisible. And he's going to just be able to deny Natsu thanks to that invisibility. He was not spotted. Raider coming in for the kill. And Raider was too slow to get away there. Really nice play once again by Daedra with that slowing slime. He's now moving in, going to try to take this, but no, the hologram will deny it. For the meantime, Laser was used a bit. All shall burn by the Asmodan bubble to dodge out the gun of annihilation. And Daedra trying to do as much as he can, but he gets taken out once again. His egg is super nearby. Nova getting annihilated though. She just gets absolutely wrecked. But Daedra is back. He's still here, and he's taking it on Jahei. Daedra gets the kill with his slime there onto that Asmodan. Now looking for an opportunity to try and chase down Nova. He can see her in that Shiver form here, but unable to catch up to her. And super well played. Daedra playing this massively well. That stealth really working out for him. pretty nicely there.
My favor is
So,
yours.
Data
Heroes.
just continuing
Your
to just...
enemies shall
Oh, they have a
fall.
curse, so we're just going to go to mid, clear that out, and then begin pushing with it. And, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about this so for the moment, so we're going to fast forward for a bit. Just going to let him begin his pushing it in murky mode. There's Jahei. He's going to be chased away by that Hyperion, and Data moving back onto the Golden Hyperion, doing quite a bit of damage. And they're going to move on to the towers right now. The rest of the team doing a fantastic job as well. We have that Giant Killer to deal with. I think it's a bit odd to deal with Sonya and Asmodan, I guess, but it's not hugely required. Spell Shield, once again, a great counter from Sonya. Sonya really building to try and counteract the composition of the enemies. Lethal Decoy, just a standard lovely talent there. Ring of Frost landing onto the Sonya there, but Jaina taken down so quickly by the combination of Raider and Murky there. But the egg is still back in this boss pit, so Data will not be available to continue this fight, and as such, Nova is in full retreat, as is Raider, but they will be able to get out of there. 2 for 1. The Nova and the Jaina taken out there during that fight. Sonya taken out for our heroes. Panthers just starting it on at this camp. Data just showing, trying to make sure that they just trying to make it not so obvious that they are taking it this camp and they are able to get it. Data mounting up. Looking for an opportunity. There's no tribute currently available. Level 16s are available though. Data coming in from the back here. Slimy end. Slimy used upon death. So there's extra slowing here. Even if picked off, which is likely to happen against this kind of burst composition. Gets the lockdown to make sure that Sonya does not kill off Raider there. And now they're focusing onto Richie. And Data able to take him down with the help of Nova, and they're able to get 2 more kills for their belt. And they are in full control of this game. And Nubrak, though, getting focused down, dodges out the Nova Precision Strike. Sonya chasing in here. In comes Data, trying to get the stun, but the leap will lock him down. And Data was not needed for that. He now needs to come back, and Nubrak's already dead, but he needs to try and get the most out of this as he can. There's a slow, trying to prevent Asmodan from getting away. Now turns onto Rasputin. Rasputin getting taken down to Nubrak. Sorry, Asmodan was taken down by Lord of Pi and Trantes. So Data is going to help the rest of his team push. They have full control over this game. And Data just moving on to these mercenaries. The boss is available. Nubrak did ping it. But the rest of the team is using that opportunity while everyone is dead to push up before they decide to push. Before they decide to go on any boss plays. In fact, doesn't look like they're going to go for boss at all. Oh, Data finds Jahei. Summoning him as much as he can, but does not want to heal him up thanks to that whirlwind. The blocks really helping Data here. That would be a lot of damage coming from this Raider at this point. So he's just going to grab the watchtower for his team, so they are prepared for when that tribute spawns, which is now already being captured. You can't live that. You will just die if that happens. So Nova gonna back away from this. Murky has revived. He is completely stealth. He's gonna just scout out ahead here. See what he can find. Finds the entire enemy team. And is now in full retreat. Gets the slow onto Asmodan, and as such, he gets knocked up by a Nubrak. Nubrak getting focused down though. He has not got his heroic. Actually, he has got his heroic available. He's not used it yet. No, he doesn't. He's on cooldown for 5 more seconds. With his mana, they're able to take down Asmodan. Raider and Shader died in the background as well. Nova throwing down Lethal Decoy to try and prevent the chase, but Murky dies. However, they are able to find and pick off Sonya here. In the meantime, currently it is a 3 versus 1. Nova, the only living member of our villain team, whereas our heroes have everyone, including Murky.
So enjoy watching you scurry.
So Data just moving down to the bot lane for the moment, joining up with his team to take out that tribute, so that they will not have another curse. Actually, they will have another curse. Data, nope, block will not save you from that. And no, I'd say Nova's focusing you probably because you are easy stacks. Because each kill of a Murky still counts as a full gathering power stacks. So I would go with that. In fact, let's find their Nova. E. And let's check her stack. No, her stack count. Yep, 7 stacks. I would go with your easy stacks. That would probably be why you are being focused. So, yeah, Sonya called it. Sonya knows. So Murky just taking out this mercenary camp for the moment. Boss being just danced around. Both teams know there's something going on. Ring of Frost. Beauty there onto a Nubarak. Leap into the backline. Only catching a Nova, but Raider is taken down. Now it's just Sonya completely on her own here. Murky's nowhere near. Nova just not choosing to dive this. And they grab the Murky grabs the mercenary camp, but at what cost? His team is now completely separated. And with Sonya in the background, Murky hasn't even replaced his egg here. So he will just spawn in the top lane. If he dies during this, he needs to be so careful. Level 20 is available. He didn't even get the combo off. Sonya taken down. Murky spawning in the top lane. And that is pretty much a disaster for the rest of the team there. Level 20 is available though. Like we said, we see the Nexus Frenzy for the Raider, the Hive Master for Anubarak, the Rewind for Murky so he can get those extra pufferfish off and those extra slimes off. Ignore Pain for Sonya, and Nova is currently yet to pick. You can see Jaina just pushing the mid lane at the moment, and this is a big sacrifice of, well, everything for the enemy team. There we go, Bolt to the Storm for this Nova. Level 20 now available for the villains. The Precision Barrage for the enemy Nova. The Bolt to the Storm for the enemy Reyna. Bolt to the Storm for the enemy Jada. I expect to still see Ignore Pain on the enemy Sonya. And we have 5th Circle coming in from the Asmodan, which is a bit weird. We don't see that too often, but it's still pretty nice. I would expect to see another Bolt of the Storm. Asmo does not land on Murky. Murky continuing to just run away for his life. Nova fights him as well. Laser, the chase is real. Very nice there. And they're able to take Murky down. And Datara just moving up. He's going to replace his egg, but it's a good chance that the enemy may try and grab the boss at this point. So just going to relocate that and make his way. Needs to be careful. There we go. They find Jada. She's perfectly in the combo range. And no good ice block by Jada. But Murky will chase, will slime, and auto. There we go. With Slimy End able to get the kill and to get it hard. Murky needs to run and move his egg at this point. It's way too dangerous where it is. Relocates it to a little bit further away, but a much safer position. There's a good chance the enemies are doing the boss right now, so Murky going to dance around this. Looks like he wants to try and interrupt it. Off bubble. Fish was down, just slowing down the Sonya so she can't chase Raider as well. There's the lead, holding him in the pufferfish, and it takes out Raider. What a play there, and the Hyperion is pushing back Asmodan as well. What a play, but what a combo there by the team. Really nicely done by Lord of Pi and Daedra, able to massively turn that. And now they're beginning to give chase to Asmodan and Nova here. Asmodan taken down. Nova is the last target, but she is too fast. She is too furious. That is a lethal decoy. The real one is over here somewhere. So Daedra just gonna back up there. The rest of the team is on the boss, doing a great job. Raider moving back to help out as well. Murky is moving down to the bottom lane, just to I expect to clear. There's not many minions here, but I guess he can clear the next minion wave that comes along with Pufferfish. And, of course, him moving around the map gives him time to build up his stacks. Actually, it looks like he's moving over to this easy camp. Yeah, he's building up his stacks during this. And he's going to be able to kill off this easy camp pretty quickly. Get some pressure on in that bot lane pretty nicely. There we go. Camp down. Let's have a look at some damage stats here. You can see that Murky, 22,000 hero damage, not a huge amount, but has dropped a lot of slows, been a massive nuisance the entire game, and has very decent siege damage, keeping up with everyone except for Anubarak, who just has it by default. And the fact he's gone for a very AoE heavy build with that hitting spines can do a lot of AoE damage. And of course, the Burning Rage and the Locust Swarm. So they're moving up to the top lane. Reyna is pretty low here. There's no healer on the team, on either team in fact. Daedra relocating his egg. Not pretty obvious position, but there's no boss in the boss pit anymore, so there's a good chance it could be checked for egg's purpose. There we go. Murky moving in. Hyperion the leap, and so much damage being done here. Daedra moves in. He locks down Asmodan to ensure the final kill there. Murky gets kicked away. Asmodan somehow still alive, able to get taken down, but Sonya dies in the process, and everyone is wiped out. Full domination there. They do lose 2 members of their own, but they're able to wipe out everyone. And let's watch that again, because that was pretty hectic. We didn't get to see everything that happened during that fight. everyone just sort of exploded pretty quickly. And a bit further back. A bit more. Probably should have paused before I did this. Here we go. This looks good. Let's do that. Alright, so seeing everyone begin to group up here. Hyperion going down to start off with a Dubrak hitting everyone. He's already popped the heroic. There's the lead, looking everyone down. Didn't strike hitting most of our blue team, but Merc comes in to lock down Azadam, prevent any more laser. And Sonya, she's kind of standing still actually, but she's still able to move in and get Azadam with the help of Nova. And that is the full wipe. Super well played there by our heroes. I have selected the Watchtower for some reason. Let's reselect Murky. They're able to take that in their favour. So Murky, really well played this game. It looks like we're coming to the end of it with that full team wipe and the curse. They're going to go for the end with this lift wave push. But then we get some good ambushes with the stealth scout outfit quite a lot. And was able to get some just really nice engagements throughout the game. Really nice execution as well. But that is going to be GG. So, super well played by our hero, Daedra. And a big shout out to Lord of the Pie, who really used the leap to some really effective efficiency. And seeing as leap is more likely to be the lesser picked talent, then there's a good chance that you guys can use leap in this week's challenge if you want to do. If you can get some good plays like that, then you'll be pretty solid to get on the show, unless, well, obviously other people get a better thing than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for watching. This has been all the replays for today. Next week is, you must go to hotslogs.com. There'll be a link in the description. And you must go to the hero selection. And for the last 7 days, you must find the heroics with the lower pick rate. And play a hero with that. Just the heroics. I'm not asking you to go full heavy meta. And once again, of course, the more interesting the hero, the better. I'll be judging on the interesting hero, the interesting heroic, the level of play, but I will pick people who've just gone for interesting stuff. Like, I pick people from the lower leagues a lot of the time because it's more fun. You see more fun games. Like, these games, I saw a lot of people who went stealth on a hero and then died, like, all the time, because people in the higher leagues can see stealth. They have the Halo eyes. They're able to spot people even when they're invisible. But the lower leagues, not as common, but it's a good skill to learn. I would recommend, actually, if you have a friend going into a custom game where one of you plays Nova and the other plays Reyna, and the Reyna tries to snipe the Nova so that you can learn to see her pretty nicely just with the Q. So there you guys go for now. That is what the next challenge is. You can send the replays of your games to that to replays@tetcher.co.uk. So send them over. I cannot wait to see them. The replays have just been stellar quality once again this week. And I'm getting loads again. I will watch all of them. Do not be afraid to send in. I will see it. And put something in your email as well. If you could name them about what challenge it is. Because I have my desktop's getting kind of cluttered at the moment. So you could like name what hero you're playing. If you want to name yourself in there, and obviously put something in the replay in the email, kind of suggesting what it is if you like. But I will just click it even if you just leave a blank email or an email with lol in it. I will read it. And I've been rambling on for long enough. So remember, next week's challenge, lower tier, lower pick rate heroic on any hero. Show me what you got with that. And guys, if you want to see more from this series and from any of my others, go to the description and you will find links to all of my playlists for every series. And if you want to leave a comment suggesting new challenges for Tetris Community Challenge or, excuse me, anything else I should talk about. Damn, it's the first time I've done that in ages. God damn it. But yeah, if you want to give suggestions or anything like that, or just talk to me, then most of the time I will reply to the comments in the comments section below. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm Superman. No, I'm Tetcher. And I will see you all next time.